Today we're going to walk you through the breakout box for Kansas Corn STEM for 4th grade titled Grow It. Hi, my name is Shane Fairchild, and I'm a 6th grade teacher at Junction City Middle School, and I'm a lead teacher with Kansas Corn STEM. This breakout box is for 4th grade, but it can be used for 5th and even lower grade, and maybe 3rd grade. As a 6th grade teacher, I definitely can see it being used in middle school as well. So this one is a standalone, can be used as a standalone lesson or as a pre-assessment or post-assessment for the Kansas Corn lesson, Structurally Speaking, which you can also get at Kansas Corn STEM. In 4th grade, they're focusing on plant structures and functions, and they observe, record, and reflect through that lesson. And so at this breakout box, you're going to be able to identify structures and use what they've learned of drawing plants and identifying plants, and that's why this one goes really well with that corn structurally speaking lesson. So let me just walk you through. The first thing you want to do is print off the lesson, and the lesson plan will have everything in it as far as the materials you're going to need and all of these things that I'm going to show you right now. So it's going to have the story, which is called Dr. Huge Brain. Then it will have corn plant structures and functions, which has a story plus a word bank, and has some good literature for them to read, some vocabulary, and then parts of a corn plant that they will use those materials to solve. Then it has a story that we brought in math with this one, and I know in 4th grade place value charts are used a lot. So with this one, we created a word problem that uses place value charts, and they're going to have to use their knowledge of place value to solve this one. Then we have from the field to the finished corn product, they're going to do a direction lock, a maze, and then emerging corn plant structures and functions. And once again, they're going to have to do some reading to do a crossword puzzle. And when they finish all of that, they're going to get a congratulations, you broke out. So this lesson really is all about emerging corn plant, the structures and the functions, and walking them through some critical thinking with the reading and using a fun story with Dr. Huge Brain. So the first thing I would do is start reading the story. So let me read the story about Dr. Huge Brain. Dr. Huge Brain has a problem. His funding of his corn research is almost gone. Unless he and his team are able to find more funding, they will be shut down. Tomorrow, he is supposed to present all of the results of his team's work to the president of the university. If she likes the research, then they will continue his funding, and he and his team will be able to work on more corn research. Unfortunately, a strong thunderstorm has caused the university to lose power, and it won't be back on until after his meeting. Because all the computers are down and with a huge power outage, Dr. Brain must break into his research using manual locks, but he doesn't have much time left to get them open. As a member of Dr. Brain's scientific team, your task is to solve the problem so Dr. Brain can open all of the locks and retrieve the research. Use all of your corn knowledge to break out. Good luck. Dr. Huge Brain is counting on you. Okay, so let's start with our corn structures and functions. And this one here has a story that goes with it. Dr. Brain included a word lock on his research box. The problem is he can't remember what word he used. Sometimes Dr. Brain is so smart that even he made things too difficult for himself. The good news is that he has 2 papers with pictures and information, plus a word bank that will help him unlock the box. After looking at the research, he noticed some key information was left out. Well, the information that was left out helped find the clue to unlock the box or just another dead end. Use all of your knowledge of plant structures to unlock the word lock. So we have from the lesson plan, the original lesson plan, they should be familiar with this if they've done the lesson. If not, this is a good pre kind of thing to get them into that lesson. So this has corn plant structures and functions. We start with tassel with the definition, leaf, silk, husk, ear, kernel, node, stalk, brace roots, and that goes to the parts of the corn plant. Using this information, they should be able to fill in So if you look at the last line, it said, will the information that was left out help find the clue to unlock the box or just another dead end? So they have some parts of the corn plant that you can see that were left out. And in this one, we kind of, instead of an actual word, in your lesson plan, it will show you all of the lock combinations. This one, we just have the first letter of the words that were left out. So you have tassel, leaf, stalk, and then we have roots and the husk. And those, so then the first letter, TLRSRH. That is the combination for that lock. And I'll walk you through all that in a little bit again, setting this up. Next thing they'll want to solve, maybe, it depends on what each student does a little bit different, but is the direction lock. And this one, just from what they know and from what you walking through them lessons, you know, they're going to look at this maze and they can start at 3 different places and end up here. And so if they start on the correct one, I got a map here for you that's filled out. They're going to do the direction lock would be down, left, down, right arrow, and then down. So it starts in the field, goes over to a farmer in the field looking at the corn plant, to the finished corn plant, to the combine, harvesting the corn, to the corn. And that would be the direction lock. Then we have a story that uses that place value chart, Farmer Evelyn. And so Farmer Evelyn is getting ready to plant this year's corn crop. Last year she harvested 1,750 bushels of corn. Since last year, Evelyn has purchased more acres of land to plant corn. She has a goal of producing 175,000 bushels of corn this year, so she really wants to become a big farmer. So this is for the 3-digit lock. And so what the students are going to have to do is use that place value chart to figure out how many more times she needs to, how much more times of corn she's going to produce. So she is hoping that with Dr. Hugebrain's help, she'll be able to increase her total amount of bushels. How many times more bushels of corn will she have to produce this year to reach her goal? And that will be 100 times more, and that is the combination for the 3-digit lock, 100. Our last lock will be our 4-digit lock. And if you look at those sheets, it's going to have at the top, emerging corn plant 4-digit, and it has a story with a crossword puzzle, and then it has some graphics with some definitions that they will have to use to solve the 4-digit lock. So let me read the little story. Dr. Hugebrain has locked his research on how corn plants grow using a 4-digit lock. He knows that he will need to start with the seed coats because they protect the starch and embryo from insects and disease. Dr. Brain's research assistant, Sarah, reminded him that the first leaf, the true first leaf, comes from inside of the coleoptile, and it is distinguished by a rounded tip. All other future leaves have a pointed tip. This first leaf will fall off as the plant is growing and the stem is enlarging. By 6 leaves, the first leaf is hard to find. This information has allowed Dr. Brain to concentrate his attention on the growth of corn between the seed coats and first leaf. Dr. Brain is hoping that you can help him open up his research on emerging corn plants. So that's the key information there, is between the seed coats and the first leaf. And so when we look at this paper here, it has the seed coat and the first leaf at the top and the bottom. And then from there on, it has radicle, the corn seed radicle, the coleoptile, the hypocotyl, and the epicotyl. And those are the answers for the 4-digit lock. And let me show the teacher one. So then this lock would be 3241. So it would be starting with the radical, coleoptile, hypocotyl, and epicotyl. So it's a lot of reading and a lot of high-level thinking for students on this 4th grade lesson. The good thing is that all of the extensions with it, I think you could add some math to it. Some more place value charts would be good extensions. So let me walk you through putting the box together. So you're going to have this is up to you. I would put the little box inside it, and in the little box, inside the big box, I would put some treats, like some Twizzlers or some corn-based products. And I would put the key lock, that you're going to have the key. I would put this, attach it to that. Let me see if I can get this open for you. and I would put that inside the big box. Plus, I would put the congratulations, you broke out. Your corn-crific, take this to your teacher for the key to your reward. So then, as a teacher, you can maybe make them do another place value chart, another word problem, or ask them some questions that they need to answer before they can get the key. Or if you're running out of time, you can just give them the key. I would write a number on this if you have multiple boxes so you know which one you're giving to kids. All right, you're going to close the big box and grab your multi-lock and put it on. And at this point, you're going to put your locks on it. Now, locks need to be from left to right. You're going to have your little line on the left and the Breakout logo on the right. So this one is the word lock, but we're using it as a letter lock, TLSRH. And you will put that on. And then you can shuffle it however you want. Now your direction lock will be the same way, left to right, with the little line and your Breakout on the right. So you want to put that one on there. I like to put them so students can just look at it and they get used to, after you've done a few of these, they get used to that left to right. Okay. Your 3-digit lock, which is your 100 times for that word problem. You'll put that on there. And then your 3241, which was your crossword puzzle. Put that on there. Now let me walk through these real quick. The 3-digit and the 4-digit have the middle numbers. When you look at it like this, you're not going to want to put it here or here. It's right in the middle of these little circles. So it's top to bottom, 3, 2, 4, 1 on this one. So top to bottom in the middle. And we're going to have a little video. So if you have some more questions on doing locks, there's another video on the Kansas Corn STEM website for you to help you with the locks. So there you go. I would give all the students, I'd put this down on the table. I would read the story to them and then give about 30 to 45 minutes. This one is a lot of critical thinking, a lot of reading, and a lot of stuff they need to think about. So this is a pretty intense one. I would say 45 minutes would be the minimum on this one. If you have a longer class period, maybe you might break it up into 2 days. I don't know, that might be kind of fun. And then when you are done, on your lesson plan, there are some reflection questions you can ask. And so when you look at those, they can kind of go with this lesson, and if you did it a pre-assessment or a post-assessment, go back to the other lesson, the regular lesson with the Kansas Corn STEM. So where do you think corn came from? The corn seeds germinated best in which conditions? So some of that will tie back to this, and then just use your teacher skills, and good luck. And if you have any questions, Kansas Corn STEM is there to answer the questions. And see you out there in the cornfield.